What's going on, everybody? This is the Eagles Collective. I got my boys with me. How y'all feeling today?
Yo, yo.
Good.
Ready to rock.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So we're gonna talk about first things first. Give our shout out to BG announcing retirement. We all know BG first 2 years they were calling him a bust, and he goes from being a bust to making that memorable moment in the Super Bowl, sacking Brady. I know we all remember that. Just watching the speech and what he was saying, Antoine, kind of give me your thoughts on after listening to him and everything that he says. How do you feel about that?
He gave this city his all, bro. At the end of the day, like coming in, they labeled him a bust. They didn't think that he had what it takes to be a first round pick. We passed over getting what's the guy from Seattle?
Cam
Earl
Chancellor.
Thomas. Was it Earl Thomas or Cam Chancellor?
Earl Thomas was Earl
Earl
Thomas.
Earl
Thomas,
Thomas. Yeah. So we passed over getting Earl Thomas to pick him up, and 15 years with one team, 2 Super Bowl, 3 Super Bowl appearances, all pros, Pro Bowls. Like he left it all on the field, and it was more with his leadership. Like I love the way he led the next generation in, how he ushered them in, took them under his wing, and he was that father figure for him. So he played a awesome role in us getting this Lombardi last year.
that's facts.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
love BG.
yeah, Jay. After seeing that, what do you think, bro?
It's cool that Antoine brought that up about Earl Thomas because when you really look at it in hindsight, now Brandon Graham ended up having the better career, ended up being the better player overall. Just I feel like when you look at the full resume, but I'm very proud of him. It's crazy. His story's crazy. He ended up really riding into the sunset. Came back. Nobody thought he would come back. He said I'll be back in the Super Bowl. Tore his triceps in the Super Bowl. Retore it. He gave it his all, and like Antoine also said, mentoring the next generation, Nolan and Jalix Hunt, and what his leadership alone. And he messed up in the middle of the season when he tried to mix up with the AJ and Jalen situation, but he surely made up for it. I'm pretty sure in the locker room. But I'm very proud of Brandon Graham, and I'm just glad he was a lifelong Eagle.
Yeah, bro. Scott, I know you mentioned to me like BG. He was one of those players that you seen from getting drafted to now, like, and then watch him with 2 Super Bowl trophies in his hand, like happy, no crazy injuries, and to ride off in the sunset. Like, thoughts on that?
It's crazy, bro. I mean, like, I was 9 years old when this man got drafted, bro. So I barely even remember Eagles football without BG. It's just one of those guys, like, you love him, the city loves him. It's cliche to say, but we all keep saying it. The dude was just a flat out leader. I mean, everyone looked up to him, the way he led. Talk about a warrior. Like, bro played through everything. I think in his whole career, he only had like 2 serious injuries. And like 15 years with one team, that's like an NBA type thing, bro. Like, you don't see that happen in the NFL very often. So, I
True.
mean, this city has nothing but love and appreciation for BG. And he's going to be missed, especially that leadership.
No, that's facts. Yeah, and after watching that speech, I can definitely tell how he made an impact to a lot of people, even the news reporters. Like they always said, even after the bad games, like BG was talking to him, and he would spend that time and like engage with them. I think Jordan Mailata kind of took that role, um, taking it from him. But then just his relationship with Jalen, like Jalen even pulled up. Like the fact that Jalen was there, I don't even think he was at Kelsey's speech, but for him to be there and him to make an impact, and just like you can tell their relationship is pretty close because when you truly think about it, Jalen, everybody was doubting him just like everybody doubted BG. So they kind of looked out for each other on that part. So I definitely like that. Also, Nolan Smith. He mentioned Nolan Smith multiple times. So he's kind of giving that reign over to Nolan Smith. But just going into that, what's y'all's thoughts on who's going to be that next person on the defensive line to kind of take over, take the reins, like with Clint Hurt, and just be that leader on the defensive line? And it doesn't matter who goes first.
I mean, I was expecting it to be Nakobe because he did have the green dot last season to start the season, but obviously he's going to miss a huge part of this upcoming season. So honestly, I think I would not be surprised if it's Zach Bond just because I'm pretty sure he had the dot in the playoffs. so it wouldn't surprise me at all. But the way that BG kept mentioning Nolan definitely says something. Just also based on the fact that well, him continuously bringing Nolan up. I forgot what I was gonna say, but I'll let someone else take it.
Yeah.
I think somebody to watch is Jalix Hunt. I think Jalix Hunt is gonna come into his form with more time and a little bit more experience, and I think he's one to keep an eye on as far as like a dark horse. But Nolan Smith is the clear cut favorite as far as the leader on the defensive line as far as the young guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that. I say Nolan Smith, he gonna take that, that verbal leadership role. I
Yeah.
think if it's going down based off the play, like Jalen Carter, I think he more of a leader with the way that he plays the game. Like he hardly ever comes off the field. He demands a double team, so he go demand that attention. But as far as like bringing the guys together, like I would say it would be Nolan Smith, even though it's his third year. But I think he got what it takes.
Yeah.
What I was gonna say was BG said before he announced his retirement, he said he's not gonna retire unless he knows that that defense is in good shape. So with him mentioning Nolan, that's another reason why it wouldn't be surprising.
And
That's a good point.
what's another good thing BG said? He said he didn't want to retire last year because he didn't want to miss a ring with Jalen. He really did what he said he wanted to do. So that's really dope
Facts. That's
too.
crazy.
That's dope.
Yeah. No, that's a real good point. I was thinking about just with all that, I hate to say it, but him getting injured that Rams game, that helped open up, like, let us see Nolan Smith take more
Yeah.
reps, see his performance. Like, as much as we hated to see him, like, get that injury, if, let's just say Brandon Graham didn't get injured, we'd be a little concerned on what Nolan could do if he took the reins. But
It's
the
true.
fact that we've seen him, I think that's good that we've seen that. And BG saw it too. We all saw it. But yeah, but just going into that, appreciating that. Some other news we got: Lane Johnson getting it extended 2 years, so that's going to have Fred Johnson. I think he got traded over to the Jaguars. Just with Lane Johnson being the last of that four core group, staying on the team, staying for an extra 2 years. That makes me happy knowing that he still got it left in the tank, that he can still go. And that also frees up room for Fred Johnson too, because he's been under him for a minute, and that's not fair to him to just let him sit there. And we could be bringing somebody else in. So just extending Lane, just what's y'all's thoughts on that? Because it's kind of small, it's an extension, nothing too crazy. But when y'all heard about that, what was y'all's thoughts on that? And Jay, you can go first.
It's expected. He's setting up the salary cap because when making the deal with him, he actually makes his salary cap less going, this year moving forward. So I think he's just setting up, just rewarding his best players, just same way he rewarded a Saquon. He's rewarding his best players and players that got him through this. So, Lane is gonna retire an Eagle. I think that'll be his last season, 2027.
2027?
Yeah.
Yeah. No. Anybody else got anything on that? Just it's kind of
I
straightforward.
think it was yeah, but I think another thing too, I don't think the Eagles are expecting to draft a tackle with like a top pick. So extending him technically was the best move because like Jay said, it does create a little bit of cap. And then with us not getting, a premier tackle in the draft, it's better to just extend him because he still has a lot left. And he is frankly still the best one on that O-line at his age. So I think it's a good move. It's like an underrated move. A lot of people probably wouldn't even look at it too much, but I think it means a little bit more.
Yeah, it was definitely an underrated move, but it was a Howie move though, because Howie know how to play with the numbers. He know how to play with the books, and he bringing back good players. He bringing back the core players that he feel can make us put us in position to repeat. So extending him, you saving money. You able to bring in more free agents to shore up the team. And if it's not about repeating, then I don't want to hear it right now.
Yeah.
No, that's facts. And just to add on that too, I think that's what kind of separates this team from a lot of these other teams right now. Because a lot of other players in other teams are not going to do that. They're not going to extend their contract just to like help out or open up space for someone else. So that just tells you kind of have a selfless team we got, and just everybody is working for everybody else. Even Devontae Smith taking a pay cut when we know he could be going somewhere else making more. him taking a pay cut. Now Lane, Jalen, all these players.
You see
So
that,
that
right?
just
That's a good point, Warner. You see that because
yeah,
Devontae definitely could get more money elsewhere. Of course, you see what T. Higgins just got. And
I was
I'll
just
yeah,
take
saying that.
Devontae over T. Higgins all day.
Yeah, they could have put
man.
us in a Cincinnati Bengals situation to where you got $500 million on one side of the ball.
On 3 players, bro.
Three
They
players.
got
That's
no
Three
ridiculous.
defense.
players. Antoine said 3 players on one
Three
side of the ball.
players.
Just 3.
We saw how important it is to pay defensive or just in general to have a good defense last year, bro. Like I don't
Yeah.
know what
Mhm.
these NFL teams are doing,
But
but
I just don't know what other NFL teams do and what Howie does. Because how does Howie have so much in-house talent, and then it's like nobody ever complains about a contract except Hassan Reddick in recent memory. Like everybody seems to be happy. Everybody's paid. That's the thing though. Everybody's paid on the Eagles. Every receiver, the tight end, the running back, the quarterback, the whole O-line. So that's why Antoine was right when I was like back then. We can't re-sign back then realistically. Like
Mhm.
everybody on the O-line can't have the bag. So
unless he took
Jurgens is
less.
next, and that's 4
Yeah,
out of 5, and you can't pay everybody. So that's the swing position at right guard right now.
Yeah.
yeah, and kind of just adding to that, I think it's the personnel thing. Like when they pick up these players and when they get them in the draft, like they not just like testing them like physically and all that. They testing them mentally. They want to know what type of
Yeah.
person they bringing in. So like Quinyon Mitchell's a prime example, bro. Like Quinyon Mitchell could have went to a number 1 SEC team, but he decided to stay loyal to Toledo, and like when they didn't win anything, but he stayed loyal to him. So those are the type of players they want to bring into their organization. So yeah, we can have the Justin Jeffersons, the Jamar Chases, but I'd rather take AJ to take a pay cut and Devontae. So I think that just kudos to the players that we pick up. Like
And if
that's
we're
that's
being
crazy
real,
to
I
me.
mean, like AJ, Jamar Chase might be the best receiver in the league, whatever, but AJ is not far behind him. And people say T. Higgins is the best number 2. I think it's Smitty, but if that is the
Yeah.
case, he's not far behind him either. So we got 100 million less for players that are of the same caliber. Like how he looks at this stuff for like 5 years down the road.
Yeah. No, that's
I
facts.
mean, AJ has 64 receptions. Jamar Chase had 127. Like, what do you think AJ would do with 127 receptions?
I'm saying, bro, 2000 easy.
He would set all so it would be just a Megatron type of
I bet you he still averaged more yards per catch too.
like AJ and
Yeah.
Devontae
He
are
probably
putting up
did.
these numbers in a run-heavy offense. Like, because Jalen runs, Saquon runs, like they're still able to hit their stack. Devontae didn't hit 1,000 this year because of the injuries, but AJ definitely hit 1,000. It's funny because when AJ started pouting a little, that's when he accelerated
Mhm.
up to get the 1,000. In my mind, I was like, I think he just want to get his 1,000 yards. Like he cannot,
Yeah.
he can't
I
miss
mean,
being part
he
of the
deserves
1K
it.
club. Like,
Yeah. Was that when he went on that streak of 125 yards each game?
no, that was
Nah.
That was
last
2
year.
Or
years
the year
ago.
Yeah,
before?
that was
Okay.
this year.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
2
Okay.
years ago now. Scott's right. 2 years ago now.
Yeah,
But
it
yeah,
did.
Weird.
But think about it.
for him to get a
If it
thousand
wasn't for those
yards with
injuries,
yeah,
what's
that
that?
too.
Yeah,
I
if he
said for
didn't
him
get
to get
those
a
injuries,
thousand
he would have
yards
won.
on 64 receptions, like that's saying
Yeah.
a lot in itself. Like,
And
That's
missed 3
crazy.
games. And missed three
hmm
games.
and he missed some games.
Yeah.
3 or
And
4,
at
yeah.
the end of the day, if you got the Bengals offense and the Eagles offense, which one's really truly more of a threat though? Like
Yeah, I'm taking
still,
Eagles offense all day.
yeah,
It's not
that's
really.
that's what I'm saying. Like they can get paid all they want. Like when they come up against us, we're still a bigger threat than them.
Yeah,
So
but
that's
the
what's
good thing
crazy to
about
me.
us is, but the good thing about our offense is just multi-dimensional.
Yeah.
Mostly, we're run offense first, I think, but we're just multi-dimensional, and that showed in the Super Bowl. I mean, I don't
Mhm.
know what more questions the Eagles got to answer moving forward, but I'll take AJ and Devontae.
No, that's facts.
I mean, bro, our like fans buy offensive linemen's jerseys. Like that right
Yeah,
there just tells
I'm
you
one
how
of them.
crazy
Yeah, I
good
got a
that's
our offense
Mylotta
real.
is.
jersey. I got a Mylotta jersey.
See,
6 years.
That's
people, I see
real.
my Lotta, I see Lane Johnson,
Yeah, I got a
Jason Kelsey,
Mylotta.
obviously. Like
And
you don't see
Dickerson.
that.
Yeah, yeah.
Dickerson.
No, that's a good point. Dang, that is a real good point. Like
That is a good one.
we
My
kind of
whole
that
line of
only team
stars.
that really rep our linemen like that too. I can't really
Facts.
think of another team off the top of the head, but no, that's a good point. And just just a little like I was watching Devontae Smith's interview today. I definitely recommend everybody watch it because he
Oh,
kind of he kind of gives the mindset of like the wide receiver with Jalen being
yeah.
the quarterback, like how they
Yeah.
communicate to him. So just something if you want to, we ain't doing nothing. something to watch.
Talking about the Carmelo Anthony
I
one?
saw him praising
Yeah.
Saquon. He kept saying
I
Saquon.
just finished watching that.
No, it's good. Like
That's good.
it's a definitely good one. But yeah, so just like we talked about the extension, we definitely have some additions that's been added to the team. We'll go through a few of these. I know we've been looking at them and we've been kind of paying attention to them. But right now, I just got the stats up and the players. But just give me y'all's thoughts on this. I want to know if y'all think like, is this a depth piece? Can this be a rotational piece? Like, where do you kind of see this player at? First, we got Harrison Bryant, tight end. His strength is blocking. I think that's something that we definitely need on our side is that blocking tight end style. But I'm looking at him more as just like possibly a rotational piece if we can't find anything in the draft with the tight ends in the draft being like ranked pretty high right now. But what's y'all's thoughts on looking at this?
I mean, as of now, we have like 6 tight ends under contract. So this is 1,000,000,000% a depth piece. There's no doubt about it. I think it is good that he's a good blocker, like you said. Maybe he'll come in just to block. The Eagles do like to do a little bit of dual tight end scenarios, but I look at it as just a depth piece for now.
You know what I like? I like his yards per catch, his average yards. You see 9.6 in 2024, like only 9 receptions on 12 targets. So if he could get, if he could get, familiar with Jalen and offense, that number.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I kind of see him a little bit like Calcaterra, kind of how Calcaterra was this year for us, like a little bit like that.
You think so?
But maybe we'll see. But I didn't know we had that many tight ends like lined up. I didn't think we had that many. But
I mean, this guy was also behind like the best tight end in the league last year, so I'm sure he didn't get a whole lot of burn.
Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see him as Greg Calcaterra though, because Calcaterra, he was making plays, bro.
He was a receiver.
Yeah. He was a real life receiver at the tight end position. Like his blocking wasn't the best, but playmaking, I like Grant over anybody that we just signed in this free agency. Really.
Me too.
Hopefully we can keep him, keep Calcaterra because I think his contract ends at the end of this 2025 season. So I personally like him, and like you said, it's the blocking that kind of has me questioning everything. I'm gonna go with the cornerback right here, Adore Jackson. I feel like he's more that piece to compete with Ringo, because if we want Ringo to be that other guy on the other end, like he's got to be competing with somebody. What's y'all's thoughts on that?
I actually like this pickup a lot. I think we were talking about on the last show about, I think I brought it up, how we need that secondary, kind of like veteran leader. It wasn't exactly what I was looking for, but I did hear that in 2021 he wanted to come to Philly instead of New York, but we just didn't want to pay him. So anytime I hear that from a player, that like I feel the motivation. I want them to have a shot. And I mean, he is a proven player. He's never been like a top corner, but he's good enough to be in the league for 9 years. So I like it.
Yeah. And I'll add to that. I know he knew Saquon, and like he said, Saquon was one of the people that he called and talked to before he came out here. So Saquon's definitely bringing him out here.
Yeah.
If the Giants ain't helping you. But yeah, how do y'all look at our cornerback position? Do y'all see us kind of put in, because I know on the right-hand side, that's usually where your cornerback one usually is. So we're going to have to move Quinyon over to that side. Then on your opposite side, we're going to have somebody there. Do y'all think Ringo's ready, or where y'all kind of standing at with Ringo?
I like Ringo, bro. But I just think he need to get the reps, because he got the speed, he got the talent. It's just the confidence and the reps that needs to come together. Like the game, his mind gotta catch up with the game. So he's a nice talent, but is he ready to be thrown in that fight to be our full-time starter?
Facts.
I don't know. I don't know, bro.
Would you say Sidney Brown is kind of like that too?
Sidney Brown the same way.
Sidney Brown, but Sidney Brown's probably a bit more ready than he is, and he
I think so too.
I think Ringo got to like speed up his process a little bit. Like he's playing a little too lax. You feel me? They're like both like they're not on the same frequency. But
Yeah.
I like Ringo too. But like Antoine said, he's a talent. He's not. He would have been out there if he was more of a dog. You understand what I'm trying to say? Like look what Cooper and Quignon did in year one. So the Eagles are blessed to have Cooper and Quignon because they could go cheap at corner right now this year and next year. That's helping them with the other players. That's what people are not understanding too. Because that's why they was not going to pay Slay. They're not going to allocate a lot of money to a corner position where they got two young talents and they could just sign a free agent. Like they're doing it the smart way. This is a perfect signing. He's not as fast as he once was, but he has a lot of speed too. He's not, he's not a slow corner. I think it's a good signing. I'm happy with it.
I think that
that's a good point.
I'm not too thrilled with it. To tell you the truth.
It's a depth piece. I don't look at him as a star. I think, if anything, I would like to see Ringo start. I would like to see. I would like to see what we got start, what we've been building and growing and him just keep him as a depth piece. And like you said, a veteran who's just been around. He's a vet at this point in his career.
Yeah.
No, I like you saying that. What were we about to say, Scott?
I just don't like. I definitely want to see Ringo this year because I mean we need to. He's a player that we drafted, and we got to see what he could do. But like the time that I have seen him, I just don't think he has the footwork to keep up with like top receivers.
That's sticking with me when Scotty said that. Scotty said he's been cooked at every level. If you watch him in college, you watch him now.
In college, he had a lot of like highlight plays and stuff like that. But if you watch full games, he was getting burned.
Yeah.
So I got a question because Slade was on that. He was CB1. So he was staying on all the top receivers, and Quignon was kind of on the second unless they switched or whatever. But do you feel like Ringo can keep up with a wide receiver too? Depending on the team?
Not T. Higgins, but
yeah.
I would prefer like at this point in our depth chart now, I would say obviously Quignon, move him to CB1 and then put Adoree Jackson at CB2, keep Cooper in the slot.
Yeah, Cooper has to stay in the slot because I don't think Cooper on the outside is better than him in the slot. I think he's more valuable in the slot. So
we saw what he did last year.
You'll put Adoree over Ringo, Scott?
I mean, like, it's hard to say just because of the simple fact that Ringo is young and I want to see him flourish with us and I want to see the talent. But we'll just put it this way. If they started Ringo at the beginning of the season, I guarantee you by week 4, Adoree would have that starting spot.
Damn.
That's what I think.
Hey, I think it's the other way around. I think if he get the veterans privilege or whatever, so he'll get the starting spot to start, but I think Ringo would come overtake that spot.
I prefer that. Don't get me wrong. Like that's what I want.
I would agree with that if we didn't have Vic Fangio. I don't think Vic Fangio cares about all that.
He definitely don't. He's gonna put whoever's fit for it in there, and we haven't seen Ringo all last year really. So that right there tells me another like. I'm not trying. I'm sounding like I'm hating on this kid. I'm not trying to hate on him. I'm just going off of what I see and what like Vic Fangio does with players.
Yeah, he hasn't been out there, Scotty. You right. I mean, if he was really that thrilling, he would be out there. Honestly.
Well, you got to look at who we had to go up against, though, too. Like, if you got Slay and then you got Isaiah Rodgers. Isaiah Rodgers is experienced though too, so he is sitting behind them. And Quignon didn't really get hurt like that either. Now I bet if Quignon maybe missed a game or two, we probably would have seen a little bit more of Ringo. But yeah, I'm kind of like.
But you got to look at it this way too, though, because Isaiah Rodgers is young.
Yeah,
Isaiah Rodgers is still young, and he missed a whole year from being suspended, and they still put him in.
You still couldn't beat him. You still couldn't outbeat him for the position on the depth chart. Like, he missed a whole year of football. He's older than you, and you still couldn't beat him.
Like I said, I think that's our only concern. It's just like we haven't seen – he hasn't passed the eye test with us yet. And the only time we do remember him is, like, that 2023 season, which was – a dumpster fire, really.
One thing I will say, he's great on special teams. He's
great on special teams.
Yeah, he is.
Elite special teams player, literally.
One of our best special teams players,
probably, yeah. He's definitely, if not our best, one of the best, definitely special. Because he's always down there. He's the gunner. He's always down there making a move. Like, his name always gets called on special team plays.
Yeah, he got that 4-3 speed. He's a hell of a talent.
Yeah. I want him to stay just because I don't want to split up the the Georgia boys. That's just me. But I know if he's a special teams player, like you ain't getting no extension or signing with that.
Yeah.
That's the
Prove
only
me wrong,
thing.
Ringo.
Get the Chris Maragos deal.
Yeah. Next, you got Josiah Uchiwa, if I said it right.
Joshua.
This is
Joshua?
interesting. This is very interesting.
Yeah.
Joshua Uchi.
So,
This is weird, yeah.
yeah, but we see he played with the Packers. I mean,
Play
not
with the
Packers. I'm
ops.
sorry, the Patriots. He played with both of the ops, actually.
Both the ops.
Yeah, that's like if you can't beat them, join them type player.
Yeah, but looking at this, it was definitely, you can tell he was a rotational piece. His strongest year, it looks like it was that 2022 year.
How does he have 11 and a half sacks one season and he can't get over 3 any other year? That's crazy.
I think it was the rotational piece, bro. Like, I think somebody may have gotten injured in 22 and he was starting over him.
That's a big disparity, like a big
jump.
Gap.
Wow.
Yeah. So, and maybe it's that 2022 season that we see something.
100%. That's what I was going to say.
That we want to expose. So, I definitely like that. Looking at the solo tackles aren't bad. Like, I think he's a piece that we're going to have as a rotational depth. Like, that's all he's going to be for right now.
That's what we need.
Yeah. And the reason why I like these picks that they have is because we got our rookies who want to prove themselves. And then we got these free agents that basically have been down on their luck. Like, they basically were given away. So they got something to prove now with a chip on their shoulder. So just that competition alone is going to make for one hell of an offseason.
One of these guys is going to do a Zach Bond. Maybe not as crazy as
100%.
Zach Bond from the best at his position, but they're going to be a crazy surprise.
Bro, it's good that you say that because at some point in this episode, I was going to bring that up. Like, we got, like, Zach Bond just set an example for, like, the future Eagles of the next few years, I think. Like, we're just drafting straight depth pieces, bro. Like, if he could even do half of what he did in 2022.
Yeah. Even if you become a good player, you don't even, because he's basically all pro everything.
So, if we were, let's just say one of them was good coming out, y'all are willing to maybe let somebody else go to keep him for a contract, or we're going to talk him into getting a team-friendly deal? I'm just curious. Just any of these free agents that we've been talking about right now. Because
I think it's too soon to think that.
It's too soon to really tell, yeah.
Way too soon.
No, but I'm saying that because the simple fact that we're learning that this is how this team operates. Like, they keeping the defense young and on a cheaper deal and keeping a rotation of them. So, like, the main goal is to sign Jalen Carter because we all know Jalen Carter's deal is going to be crazy. So we got to be able to afford that. So, like, if any of these guys are good, we might have to let them walk just because we got Jalen Carter right there. He's probably going to be asking for $40 million.
I'll be honest, when you win Super Bowls, plenty of guys are going to walk. They're going to get, like, that's what happened to us. You win the chip, they're going to take your pieces. So we just got to get used to that. This is
that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we're not going to – we'll be lucky to keep one guy every single offseason.
No, that's facts. I think Zach Bond was just what we needed to, because with Zach Bond, like, our biggest struggle has been linebacker. If you truly think about it, like our struggle has been linebacker. So the fact that he kind of just laid right there, like on our lap, just right there, might as well just pay for it. Like, that's the way I look at that. But one pick that everybody's been talking, well, not that pick. Sorry, my bad. If I can find it real quick.
I'm saying Dory Jackson.
Yeah, my bad, fellas. Let's see. Dang. Okay. We'll talk about A.J. Dillon. Yeah, this was definitely, I feel like this isn't a rotation or anything like that. I think this is just like another chess move piece, if anything, because we need to keep Saquon healthy. The last thing we need is an injury from him. But looking at A.J. Dillon, what was y'all's thoughts on him? I know he was talked about last season, talking about getting him, but he had that neck injury. But we need a bruiser back. That's what we've been talking about. What's your thoughts on AJ?
This is a fantastic pickup, bro. I mean, this is like you talk about a running back that could pretty much do it all. I mean, he catches out of the backfield. If you go look up AJ Dillon highlights, it's 85% check downs.
Yeah,
So,
check
and he's a
down.
third down back. Like having a
Mhm.
third down back like that is important. Saquon can do it too, but I think this could have serious potential to be the best RB duo in the league next year.
Good point, Scotty.
Ooh, better than
Mm,
Knuckles and
Sonic and
That's
Knuckles
Knuckles.
and yeah,
those are the only
whatever that
people that
was.
could compete.
I mean,
Yeah, Montgomery
that's
and
the
Gibbs.
biggest name we signed. AJ Dillon's the biggest name we probably signed this offseason so far. But um, I just think he's gonna suit us better than Kenny G was. I'm sorry, I love Kenny G, but we better off with a bruiser back in that second position because he's a bruiser back and he's a pass catcher. Kenny was a pass catcher, but he was not a bruiser back.
Yeah,
No.
That's
and Will
true. I
Shipley
mean,
just soaking it all up.
I like the signing. I think that this is one of the most underrated signings that we have though. I think that
Yeah.
AJ Dillon is gonna surprise this season.
Yeah,
If Saquon need a breather and you bring him in, I think he'll pick up the slack for us. And then it's only a year deal, so he got something to prove. He coming off an injury. Another great talent, and we saw what he can do when he's healthy. So we just got to
Yeah.
see. I like this signing the best.
Yeah,
I love
and
this
looking
one.
at the receiving yards is kind of crazy. Like he's not just a regular running, but he's receiving yards too.
and
Like
remember
even
behind this
catches.
offensive line, he's gonna be behind this offensive line, best offensive line he's probably ever had in his whole life. So this is what it's gonna be next year.
Yeah, that boosts your rating 5 points behind
Yeah,
this line.
your yards for average on running is going up.
And he was
Everything.
behind, like, he's been behind such elite talent, bro, in his career. Like, he's been behind Josh Jacobs, Aaron Jones, like,
Jones. Yeah.
and now Saquon Barkley. Like, he's setting himself up. If he just comes here, has a breakout year, he's gone.
Oh, he's gone. Yeah,
Oh yeah. No, I agree. Um,
people coming here to win a chip and dip.
But let me ask you this: like,
Facts.
if Saquon was to go down, we not going. If Saquon was to go down, do y'all think that he can carry the load for us, or do y'all think
I
that
don't
we
know,
need
but
somebody else?
Shipley's a guy to keep our eye on too. Shipley's the other guy. That's another guy. I mean, I know we signed AJ. I'm happy for that, but Shipley's the guy I think that's just in the cut, and
Mm-hmm.
we got to see what he could do at some point. You know, we got to give him some burning. To have
true.
3 running backs now because remember with that break and that run in the NFC Championship, we cannot overlook that. We
Right.
cannot overlook what he did in the
No, hell
playoffs.
no.
We cannot overlook that. And like that's the only image I have of Will Shipley running him protect, trying not to fumble.
Bro, anytime somebody brings up Will Shipley, I get like excited, bro, because of that run
Yeah,
in the NFC Championship game. I'm like, but that is a good question though, because it's tough to say just because of the fact that how I was saying he's never been an RB1 in the NFL yet. But I think he's had enough experience in the league to the point where, knock on wood, if that were to happen, I would be pretty confident in him taking over that role with Will Shipley as the two.
Yeah, I think
that's a
so
good
too, Scott.
question.
I think he just needs the touches because he's the
Yeah.
type of back that once he get more touches, the hotter he gets. So
Yeah,
I think if Saquon goes down, I think he'll play better.
That's an interesting
yeah,
I
right
don't think
there.
he'll be able to take over for Saquon, but I think that he'll be able to hold his own.
No, I
that's a
like
fair
that.
point.
That's a good point.
Give him
No,
more. Yeah, that's a good point.
that's a good question. I like that.
That was a good question, Antoine. That was a very good question.
Yeah, and that's why I'm excited we got this piece. We needed somebody to kind of back up Saquon, so you will hear no more Cam Scatterboo out of me. So I'm happy with that.
Yeah.
Hey, I watched Cannibal win Rookie of the Year or something.
For real.
And then I'm just gonna tell you, hey, I said something. But
I'm gonna replay
yeah,
this clip.
off this offensive line, we're gonna make any running back look good if you really think about it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
That's
so
true.
watching the way that he performed, looking at these stats, like I would bump it up an extra, like bump it up a little bit more of what he could possibly be doing. So I like it. He's fresh, like he was gone for a whole season. So like he's ready to go out there and take off. But the last pick, and I finally found it. Azizu How do you pronounce this, Scott?
Where do you put the other O?
Ajulari.
Aziz Ajulari.
Aziz Ajulari. Yeah. Hey,
this is the one to keep your eye on. This is the prize.
Yeah, I like this move out of all the moves. I was about to go crazy.
That was funny.
But yeah,
name over here, bro.
Yeah. So Vic Fangio actually handpicked, like, he wanted this guy. And they saw what he did for Thibodeau for the Giants. So I think it's a good piece. Him and Nolan Smith are close friends. You bringing the Georgia Dogs back together. Like, I feel like this is our replacement for Josh Sweat. I think we basically got Josh Sweat for cheaper. That's my personal opinion.
I like that because I'm a big proponent on Josh Sweat just being invisible for 5 games straight. So I'm
100%, bro.
I'm a big.
He
Think about it. He got 5.
Nah, they say that every stream
with the Giants.
But yeah, he got paid, bro. He got paid. Josh Sweat got paid.
He's overpaid. Him and Milton.
That's why free agency is not our game, as you can tell. We don't do that. But yeah, the fact that Vic Fangio picked him and chose him, bro, like, clearly he sees him as a piece that can be put. Yeah, like, that's a piece. And then Georgia Bulldog, like, he has the chemistry with Nolan Smith, Nakobe Dean, Jordan Davis, Ringo. Like, that relationship's already there. So I think he's gonna have fun. I think he's gonna have a breakout year.
I was just going to say that. I think the Georgia thing is a real thing.
Dylan is gonna be the best signing, I think.
I like this signing too. Like, this is a close second for me.
This is the one I think is, to me, this is the best signing because, like, he did this on the Giants defense. He's gonna be on a defensive line where he's gonna be able to eat because of Jalen Carter. I just think this is the best signing that we got.
Facts. I was gonna say that exact same thing. It's kind of like a reoccurring theme with the Eagles, bro. It's like, okay, this is how I gauge players. I look at his stats and I go, okay, as a rookie, he had 8 sacks with the Giants, and then last year he had 6. So that means he's gonna come to our D line and get at least 10. Like, this is how we get our players. We replace them with cheaper guys that could potentially do the same thing. So I like it. This is a position that we needed depth at. I don't know if he's gonna start or not. I'm not sure, but it's a good pickup.
Scotty, even if he gave us 6 next year, we'll still be good with that too. Think about it. Like, he was still.
Yeah. As long as you're not regressing.
But I think he would definitely put up more numbers, especially with this.
But that's what I'm saying. That's my point. Is like, if you get, it's just like what's his name, Javon Hargrave is a good example. Like, with the Steelers, he didn't do a whole lot. He came to Philly, he balled out. He went to the Niners, did nothing again. It's like, where do we make people better? Because of the people around us and our coach.
That bring your Madden grade up 3 points at least.
100%, bro. 100%.
No, that's a good point. I was did y'all watch that Zach Bond interview when he signed? I want to say either yesterday or the day before. They asked him, like, what made him come back to Philly. He was in the middle of explaining, then he kind of stopped in his words, and he said, like, as I sit back and think about it, I was kind of just a piece that they were needing, that they always knew that I was just going to be playing a piece, and they knew I was expected to perform that way, but after competing and all that, that's when they saw me as actual, like, an asset to the team. So I think each one of these defensive players that we talked about, Vic Fangio has a piece for them to fill, whether it's rotation or whatever. But at the end of the day, as long as they compete and they do what needs to get done, I think that's what can elevate them to where they need to go. Because Zach Bond could have left us for a lot more money. Yeah. And for him to stay in Philly, that says a lot. But, yeah, fellas, I like this piece. I think we're going to be good. I still want us to still add some more depth on the defensive line. But
I ain't going to hold you. After the Zach Bond deal, I definitely took a deep sigh because I was like, yo, I ain't trying to go back into linebacker hell again because we had no backers for a minute. Jordan Hicks was the
last we're on the up now. Like, we're starting to finally get good linebackers, so we cannot go in reverse.
We can't. And then that Super Bowl year with Nigel Bradham and stuff, they gave it all that year. We had, like, it was a good one-off year, but we need consistency. And Zach Bond, that's what he brings at that position.
Yeah, but every time we get a good backer, like, we go far. Every time.
Yeah, exactly.
Because even when we had TJ Edwards, we kind of got him out of nowhere. Like he wasn't a big name coming in, but he
Kaiser
performed.
White.
Performing at that linebacker position, it'll take your team far.
I'm bugging it. I forgot about TJ Edwards. I'm so disrespectful for saying that. My fault.
He had a great year in 2022.
That was the one.
Everybody was upset. It was TJ Edwards and Kaiser White.
Kaiser White.
He would have got him for much less than he paid for Bond. He wouldn't have broke the bank because remember he had to pay Bond super top dollar. He graded out higher than Fred Warner. He graded out higher than every backer. There was no way you're not going to pay Zach Bond top, but he could have got TJ Edwards after 2022 instead of letting him go to Chicago for cheaper, and he chose not to go that route. So he learned from them two mistakes, not paying running backs and not paying linebackers, and we won a Super Bowl because how we learned from his mistakes.
Yep.
No, that's facts.
Because they're right. He on the market. What y'all think about that?
I would like him to come back, but
I'm fine with that.
Yeah. I actually have the free agents that are still available. I kind of want to get somebody out of the draft. That's just my personal opinion. Try to get a linebacker out of the draft, somebody that is going to be fresh, and you kind of mold them to how you want them to be. I think that would be the best move because Kaiser White will just have him for 1 year and he'll leave probably. That's what
we got Trotter White. I mean, we got. I'm sorry, Trotter White, Trotter Jr. So I'm saying like we got to see what he could do.
True.
We got to
like to see that.
He has the potential. He has the potential to be a good player if he gets more. If he's out there more.
Nah, facts.
I like the X-Man Jr.
Yeah. So going into after ending this off, now we do have to talk about there was some rules that are trying to get changed. A few teams want to push out some new stuff, and we all know about the main rule, and we know it's the Packers right now. They want to prohibit offensive player from pushing a teammate who is lined up directly behind the snapper and receivers. The snapper immediately takes the snap. Yeah, so they're trying to ban the tush push.
The tush push.
Yeah. So like they want to ban the actual pushing of the player. So I don't think this is going anywhere. I think this is a personnel play. Like you're just upset that we can do it effectively and no other teams can do it. And it's kind of funny because the Packers was the team right next to us that was doing it just as much. They just got Jordan Love.
They actually stopped us twice, I believe.
They stopped us two or three times in one game.
How do you stop
like you're the only team that has the formula, so why do you want to ban it?
Yo, I'm just saying, like you're the only ones who stopped us consistently that day. We just took it out the equation that game, and then y'all calling for the face.
They just hating, bro. That's all it is. Yeah, but I don't think this is going anywhere. I think it kind of takes away the whole purpose of football. Like it's made for you to compete, and like if you're gonna just start banning stuff just because other people can't do it, like that's just like saying Patrick Mahomes can't throw behind his back because not every other quarterback can do it. So let's ban that. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like Brock Purdy can't throw screens no more. Then you got to make it fair.
The only thing that upsets me, Warren, that is that up to this point already, and how I view the tush push or whatever you want to call it, Brotherly Show, it's like a 50-50 thing. Like half of the people like it, half of the people don't. So it's like if it's already on the board, it get proposed, it could get wiped out. It's already on the board. It just got to get in front of the right people. Got to say we don't, got to approve. We don't want it.
And that'll be so weak, bro, because it's football, bro.
It's so weak, man.
It's football. It's played on the field, so. They trying to go to legislation and all that. Like, well, they do it too good, so we got to get rid of this play. Like, it's football, bro. Line up and stop us, or whatever the case is. Like, there's no advantage that we have other than the personnel that we got. It's not like we bringing in robots or bringing in something off the street to push people out the way. Like it's man on man. It's football.
I mean, just draft. Like, if you're that mad, then draft a stronger O-line. Like, it's not our fault. Our O-line weighs 4,000 pounds.
That's the problem. Is our O-line. That's what they thinking. They thinking this shit. They be talking about Jalen Squad and this and that, bro. He's getting pushed by Goddard in front of a 4,000-pound offensive line. Like, you gotta understand the number. Like physics come to play in this right now. Like
exactly,
you're talking like 1,000-pound difference. Like they're gonna push you. Like
Right.
And guess what? Take it away. We could still run the QB sneak effectively, and Saquon would have 15
And
more touchdowns.
they're gonna win that. You're right. They're
You
gonna
know
still
what? I don't want them to take it away, bro, because I have a vision of seeing the tush push statue outside of the Lincoln Financial Field.
Honestly, though, if they
That's what I
took it
wanna
away,
see.
that would be more of a push for the statue. No pun intended.
Yeah,
Like,
possibly. Yeah,
if it
this
got
would actually
banned,
be a
then you have
backlash.
to make a statue.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like
I personally, I'll be honest with you. I'm not the biggest fan of it, but I do
Okay.
love the fact that we do it, and they like they can't stop it. That factor is the factor I love about it. But do I like it as far as as a play? It's a boring play. They're just pushing them. It's nothing exciting. I could understand why a fan of another team wouldn't like it. I really understand. But since it's our team, I could see why 31 other teams get annoyed because it is automatic, bros. It's automatic.
So,
Bro. It's like
Jay, I kind of want to
it.
ask this to you because I personally like it. So, what are the reasons why you don't like it? It's just because
I
it's
just
a
don't
boring
like.
play?
I just feel like we run it too often. Like I feel like we do it too much.
I agree with that.
I feel like we
Okay.
do it too. I feel like we don't need to be pushing people. And the injuries, I'm not gonna even use the injury excuse because people don't be getting injured off of it. So it's like it's not
Nah.
even. I'm not even gonna put that in there. I just feel like we run it too often. What I do like is the fakes out of them. If they would have hit AJ
Okay.
on a fake, you feel me?
Oh,
Floyd
yeah.
has the best fake out of the tush push situation. But
Yeah,
if they could get
understood.
some more fakes involved, is do something
Yeah.
like that. Get a little bit more innovative with it.
I agree.
I like it just because, and I'm gonna kind of give it as an example with the wide receivers. We heard AJ and we heard Devontae Smith kind of talk about how it feels lining up on a cornerback, and they made that comment when they just drop their head and they know they got him.
Mhm.
I feel like this is the linemen's this is their thing to know that you got somebody on the other end and they physically just can't stop you.
Yeah,
Like
it's a good point.
that you imposing your will on them, bro. Like that can deflate a team, and then right after that we just run Saquon right down their throat, and that's crazy, bro.
That's a
Like
good
I
You're right.
just
You're right. It is.
That is
it
a great point,
It's a
actually.
psychological.
Yeah.
Talking from a psychological standpoint, the tush push will demoralize a team over a game.
Yeah. Because we looking at it from a skill position, like it don't take a lot of skill to run that play. So from the skill position, like we saying it's a boring play, but like Warren said, you gotta imagine how them linemen feel.
They love
And when we score a touchdown, look how excited the linemen be after they score that touchdown. Even when they mic'd
Yeah.
up,
Yo,
even
Dickerson,
Saquon know,
he
like
was
line it,
mic'd up
run
one
it
time. He
again,
was
run it
screaming
again.
and yelling. He was.
It really is like an alpha.
Yeah,
It's like an alpha play.
Yeah.
I like
But
it.
even though I do hear a lot of the linemen say they don't like doing it, they just know that it's like automatic because they don't like being at the bottom of the pile, specifically the center anyway.
Yeah.
Cam.
Now I do give a shout out to Cam because he did
Yeah.
that and he had the back injury.
I
But,
know, bro. That's crazy.
So
That's crazy.
So I think at the end of the day, I don't think the Eagles organization is not going to put any of the linemen under risk of getting injured. Like they're going to avoid that. But I do think that they just physically are better at it, bro. Like they practice that play. Like they don't even let the reporters watch them practice for. Like nobody can see how they practice. So I don't know. I just feel like that's something. If you take that away, then you ask them to take away a lot of other stuff too.
They're gonna come up. But a good point you made was the Patrick Mahomes things. Just because he could throw, that's like you taking away sidearm throws essentially. Like just because one guy could do it, everybody else can. We're one team. We should be able to do what we do. I don't think the reason why they should take it away is because of that. The injuries, that's the one thing they try to play that card. The injuries is not a factor.
0 injuries all season.
0.
Genuinely, I think the Packers are just salty, bro. It's one of those situations where maybe I'm thinking a little bit too much, but you lost, you want us to stop running the play, but you're the only team who really stopped it more than once in a game. So it's it's almost like snitching on somebody in middle school or something.
Hey, yeah, that's true. Now I think even if you take away the actual pushing, I still think Jalen's capable of still running through it.
100%.
So the whole thing they're trying to push is nobody touches the quarterback as he's running through. But I don't know, bro. Like I said, it's not going anywhere. If you do that, you're gonna take away a lot of stuff.
If Carson can do it, he could do it, bro.
Facts. But moving on to the next rule that's being changed. So to eliminate an automatic first down as a penalty imposed on a defensive holding or illegal contact. Now, after reading this, I will say that the Lions are the number one team for defensive holding. So that kind of makes sense why they want this. But after hearing this, what's y'all thoughts on this? Like, I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. I think it's coach your team better, like coach your players better. Like, that's kind of where I'm at with that. But what's y'all's thoughts on it?
That's another thing. Like, when I was younger, I felt the same way. Like, if it's 1st and 20 and you get an illegal contact, how's that 1st and 10? It should be a 5-yard penalty. But like you said, like they should coach your players better, bro. Coach your players better, because on offense you can't do certain stuff. On defense you can't do certain stuff. We know this is the game. It's been the game for over 100 years, and this is where we at with it. So I don't think they should get rid of this. Nah.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I think they should keep it. I mean, defensive holding should also automatically, to me, or give you a first down. You know, just coach your players better. This is, I don't know. I don't think, and it's just ironic. The team with the most calls is the one who wants it eliminated.
Yeah, it's like being bad at work. It's like being bad at work at something, and you going to change the rule at work just because you're bad at it. Like, that's crazy.
I just think, like, instead of coming up with these, like, eliminate an automatic first down, like, maybe focus on winning a playoff game or something.
That's funny.
Like, maybe your mind isn't in the right spot.
They got bigger
think about how many drives
they thought they
Think about how many third downs they thought they had, and then they got a flag. They probably was devastated all season. Like, we can't wait to propose this drawing at the end of the season.
Yeah, for sure.
Or just think about our Super Bowl we had with the Chiefs, bro. If it wasn't for that, maybe we would have won.
Yeah, that's tough right there.
Warren, don't put things in my head, man. I love that.
Hey,
I salted that wound already. I salted that wound.
Saying.
I thought that during the Super Bowl, but again, like, it's been the rule. We know what the rule is, and you can't disadvantage the offense because you can't guard them. So if somebody beats you deep, you can just grab them and pull on them, and you only get 5-yard penalty for that. It should be the rule. Like, you can't disadvantage the offense because you're not coached up on defense. Or
that's the main thing right there. Yeah,
it is. That's it.
And it's more of a skill to not have to hold to stop them. So. Like, I feel like if you got to do that, then they're gonna test the waters with it.
Exactly.
See what it's truly like. But going into it, sound like we all don't like it. So I'm glad we all agree on that.
Because we got AJ Brown. So if AJ Brown trying to get off the line and somebody just intentionally hold them, take them out the play, that's a disadvantage to the offense. You get what I'm saying?
That's the whole thing right there.
Yeah. So if we need 15 yards and I can hold him from going downfield, it's only a 5-yard penalty if we get called for it.
Yeah.
You're gonna see if that thing goes into play. If that goes into play, you're gonna see the Lions have like double the holds that they had this season next year.
They're gonna double up.
They're just gonna hold. They're just gonna hold.
Now, Antoine's right. If you do propose that, you're just asking for more flags and more contact. You're inviting more contact because they know the penalties are gonna be less. It's not an automatic first down anymore. They're gonna take that.
They're trying to be slick, bro. They're trying to be. We just caught them out on.
They're trying, Like, it's like because Tyrion Arnold,
the proposals. Remember, the proposals.
Yeah, that cornerback that they picked up, he was giving up the most, and that's a rookie. Like, that was one of the reasons why we didn't want him.
Arnold,
because
Arnold.
Because he gave up a lot of penalties because of that.
Very glad we didn't.
Like,
I wanted him coming out the draft.
Me too.
I wanted him too, but when I saw Quinyon Mitchell's tape, I kind of wanted Quinyon a little bit more. That's just me though.
No, not gonna lie. I want the Arnold more coming out when they had the choice. Remember, they had the first corner. They had a choice of any corner they wanted, and they went with Mitchell. And the fact they went with Mitchell to me was like, okay, what do they see? And obviously, they saw everything we didn't see because everybody
saw a dog, bro. They saw a dog out there.
Everybody wanted
that's facts. So the The Lions are looking real Drakish right now. But
Real
so
life
another
skin.
thing, one thing, the next one that they had, next proposal is, and I kind of agree with this. I kind of don't. I want to get y'all's thoughts on it. So they want the rankings of the playoffs to be based off your record and not based off of basically based off your division. So it shouldn't be
That's
based off
literally.
division. It should be just strictly based off your record. And they saw how it affected them playing
This
the
sounds like
Commanders.
another salty one to
I
me.
don't like that
That's what I'm
because you have
saying.
two divisions with 3 good teams, and then the whole playoffs is like one division. The 2 divisions is like
Right.
you can't do that. You have to keep the division champs in like that and have their seeding.
Yeah, bro.
You
Yeah.
play harder, man. Play harder.
But
Win your
I think it's
division.
that underdog thing too that the NFL wants to have. Like, hey, this team did make it. How far can this team really go? Like shout out to the Commanders because they kind of did that. Like they had the lowest seed. They went in and beat a top ranked team, and we ended up playing them, which made it easy for us. But like still, that was an exciting game to watch them beat the Lions. So I
Yeah.
think it's just as that it adds that entertainment and excitement to the game by having it that way. I think if you do rankings, like I think we're going to get more boring games. Honestly,
Yeah,
that's
but
kind of how I feel.
That's
Yeah.
the whole thing, bro. Like, you know what? The reason why, like, personally, football is my favorite sport is because no matter what, whether it's week 1 or week 18, every single game matters because you're fighting against your division. It's almost like the rest of the league doesn't even matter. Like, you see, there's teams that you don't see for 3 years. So it's like every single game within your division, a win is so necessary and important. If you take it away and do that, it's going to make the NFL boring. Like that's like the last American sport that we have that's still like good.
And I'm gonna put this up there too, just with this proposal that they have, the teams that were ranked at the lowest. So like we played the Rams. That was a tough game. Commanders, we all saw what that looked like. But I think they would have played the Vikings. And I think since they beat down on the Vikings that second game of the regular season, they wanted it to be easy for them. Like at the end of the day, bro, like I feel like it was good they played the Commanders. They should have played them, but
we would have
that's where I'm
smoked
at with that.
anybody. Vikings, Command,
We would
everybody.
have taken anyone, but it's just it's more they're trying to do all these things for their benefit. Oh, we struggle with this. Like I hope your defensive offensive coordinators are better than what you gave up. That's all my thing
They
is
saddled.
when
They
it comes
going.
to the
They crying
Lions.
in the principal's office right now. That's what they doing. They crying in the principal's office. Like we had a good year. We got nothing out of it. We got nothing out of
Exactly.
it. Like, feel me? That's what I feel from all these proposals. Like they're just crying.
Yeah, me too. Because like when it comes to
They can.
rule changes and laws and stuff like that, you get put in a weird predicament because if you trying to fix one thing by doing this, you gonna mess up something else down the road. You know what I'm saying? So if you want to do the seeding, it could be 4 teams out of the same division as the 1, 2, 3, and 4 seed. I don't know if that's possible, but
Yeah.
still, who wants to see that, bro? Nobody wants
Antoine,
to
that's
see that.
Yeah.
possible if they do it by rankings. 4 teams in the division. Imagine that they the whole first 4 like that. That can't be.
And then when it comes to the semifinals and a conference championship, it's gonna be division teams playing against each other. Like nobody wants
It's
to
too
see
much,
that.
yeah. Yeah,
The way
nobody
the
wants
playoffs
to
is
see
set
that.
up now, you get lucky to play a division opponent in the
Right,
playoffs.
right.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think Roger Goodell and like the NFL Commission they're probably just laughing at these
Yeah,
stupid
oh,
proposals.
definitely, Scotty. Definitely.
But they gotta look so serious talking about it though.
Scotty's right. They probably cracking up, drinking whiskey to this because this is a joke.
It is. It
For real.
definitely is. That's like when you have like the restroom situation in real life. Now you got certain people that can come in the restroom, but what about the kids? So if you
Yeah.
make this law that a man can use a woman's restroom, what if it's a little girl in there and it's a grown man coming in there to use the restroom? Like you putting these laws in place, but it's ruining something down the line. So that's what I look at this as. Like,
Yeah.
nah, you
And this rule was in
can't get rid
place
of the
for a
defensive
reason.
hold.
Yeah, the original reason why they had it like that was because of another reason. So like
Yeah.
now you taking away that reason for this reason, and then that's going to get changed again. So
Crying.
I like the fact that they keep an open door with that, where anything you want to propose, we'll definitely listen to it. But they got to just put their foot down on some of this, bro.
Yeah, you got to look at the future of the game. Like,
yeah. And then
not
at the
for
end of
now,
the day,
but
my
down the
biggest
road.
thing is I personally want them to just take away the preseason games. I
Me
would
too.
like them to maybe have 1 or 2 preseason
Two.
games. I don't think we need that many. Yeah, I
2
think
preseason games. I think you're ready to.
You know what? I think we should do 0 preseason games, add 1 more regular season, and add a bye week.
At 2
No
bye weeks.
preseason?
Maybe one maybe 1 preseason game. That was crazy, wasn't it? But like
but you know
the
what?
thing is,
See, even I think if you're gonna add 1, I feel like you should add none because like, what is 1 gonna do?
That's
That's
not
true.
enough.
okay, all right. So, but what about this though?
It's 2 or
Take
nothing.
away how many preseason games is there?
3.
There's
4?
at least 3.
3?
Yeah.
3 is 3
Why-
now.
why not?
4 to 3.
You definitely don't. Oh, they went from 4 to 3. I don't
Yeah.
know, bro. I just feel like there should be just 1, maybe 2, and then
Because we already
add
got
a bye week.
Bye
Like,
week. Remember, they played 3 weeks in August, and that last week is the bye week, and then then you go into the final 3 weeks, and then you get the first week off, and that's it. You get that week in between the 3 preseason.
But you do know, like the NFL is trying to add another regular season game. Man.
Yeah, but they
Yeah.
have to remove a preseason.
They have to let go. Yeah, they have to let go.
That's
of a
why I
preseason
think we're
game.
gonna end up
Yeah.
with 2 preseason games and 1 more regular season game.
That makes
I wouldn't
sense.
mind
That
that.
makes sense.
I think 2 buys would be good as well.
But
I
this
think
is a
2
long
buys-
season, fellas, and y'all know it. Even as a fan, think about how grueling it is on a player.
Bro,
Like,
it's
it is a
terrible
long
on
season.
them.
The 18-game
Yeah.
season feels extremely long.
Yeah, it's taxing.
By
Yeah.
week 5, I think they say by week 5, like every starter is banged up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But
There's
again,
no way
like
nobody's
we
not banged
talking
up by
about,
the end of the
but we talking about preseason from a fan's perspective, but
Yeah.
the NFL and the league and the team building, that's what they need the preseason for. Like, you're trying to build your team, so you got to see how they play in actual games. So if they
Yeah.
only get 1 or 2 preseason games, like, I don't know, that's
I
kind of
love the
pushing the
joint
envelope.
practices. That's what I like.
That's
I
a
like
good
the-
point.
I like
That's
the
a good
joint
point.
practices when the teams bring the other team and they have the practices. I think those are the gritty games right there.
Yeah, but it's still practice, though.
It's not
You
a
know?
real game, yo.
It's
Yeah,
different when they
controlled.
out there on the field with the uniforms and all that stuff. Like,
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
it's
not
controlled.
going
Totally
full
different
force.
vibes.
They're like 80% speed, bro.
no, why don't they? Wouldn't mind 3 preseason games, but you get 2 bye weeks. Like, just extend it. Cause
Give them
I
another
think
bye. That's what I
I
said.
think if you add another bye, you're keeping the players healthy too doing that. So like you just spread out the buys. But hey, we're not in that office. We're not deciding. We're just telling you as fans what we would like to see. That's it. But I will add this though too. I saw this and I wanted to just share it with everybody. Just
Oh,
just the
Yeah,
drop.
Oh my God, my Lanza. Oh,
That's
they
insane,
even
bro.
put in the screen damn near. My
yeah,
God.
man.
They almost had to make it smaller, bro.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Why is it America? All right, can we talk about this? Why
No,
is the
no,
Cowboys
no.
America's team, bro?
I can answer
Why?
that for you.
I know we talk about this drought, but when
Because
you look
money
at
and
the
fan
drought,
sales.
like compared to the other droughts,
So the
3
reason why they're
decades.
called America's team because like back in like the 80s and 70s.
No, I know all that.
Yeah, okay, so you do know that. That's the only reason why they're called
I'm being facetious.
They
I'm just
self-proclaim.
saying.
Yeah.
You say
But I
what?
just think
Scotty's right. Everybody that says it is right, and why are they still Americans? We going on 3 decades, fellas.
They self-proclaimed America's team. I don't call them America's team.
Yeah, and
I
then
think
look,
the
Nah,
Eagles
I don't
are
either.
America's team than anything.
Chicago's 14 years behind them, right? I remember New York's last 2 rings, and they drought. It don't even feel that far. Seattle's drought don't feel that far either. You feel me? Like,
Dang.
but the Cowboys drought, I promise to God to you, like, I mean, we talking on a lifetime.
Dang. That's
Like,
a long
look
time.
at look at what y'all look at. They almost don't fit on the screen. They would have.
They
It's
literally
not
doubled the second the second longest. They more than doubled it.
Damn.
My biggest thing is just this, like that's why I'm glad to be an Eagles fan, bro. Because at the
Bro,
end
I
of the
love
day,
my
like,
team, bro.
we'll fall off, but
My
we can come
God.
back and keep it going. Like
Right.
it's not no automatic just drop.
Facts.
These cowboy
Like-
folks, these people, they live on our hopes and dreams at this point, man. It's just crazy.
Yeah, I just wanted to just put that out there because as much as we talk about our team, we gotta at least give thanks to this team, bro. Like we
Nah, for real. The organization itself, bro, from the front office to the players, like we're blessed to be Eagles fans, bro. Because that's just sad.
We're blessed to be in a division with Dallas too.
Yeah,
True
true.
that.
Serious, we blessed to be in that division. This guy running a train wreck over there for 3 decades. Let it keep going.
Hey,
Hey, he's doing a good job.
Let me
What's
ask
up?
y'all this. Besides the top 4 teams up there, Philly, Washington, Detroit, and San Fran, which one of those teams would you say would make an NFC championship game first?
LA Rams.
Aside from which ones?
The top 4.
The top 4?
So from LA Rams all the way down to Cowgirls.
I say the Rams. I think with that pickup with Devontae Adams, and they still have a young Puka Nacua.
That's true.
They usually always have good quarterbacks. Matt Stafford's exiting his prime, but they still have a really good young defense, like Jared Verse. Like, bro, their team is stacked. Like, we almost lost to them boys. I mean, it was the snow too, but I think the Rams are going to be like that sleeper team next year. I'm not going to lie, out of the NFC.
Well, we got Mr. Carter, bro. Mr. Carter. I'm gonna go with the Bears just because I like what they've been doing this offseason. I'm liking the moves that they're making, and like it's coaching moves. It's not just players coming on the team. They're gonna be good. Like this coach is coming in and actually making an impact. So I actually think we're gonna see the Bears up there. I think the Bears are actually gonna be better than the Lions. Like,
oh damn, that's wild. That's a wild one.
All right,
that's a crazy one.
Remember
I wasn't gonna say nothing until you said
crazy
that.
happens every year. I mean, I don't know.
Remember where we were?
March 20th, 2025 at 7:45. The Chicago Bears.
Now, hey, remember that drop we had. Remember that drop we had when we lost our offensive coordinator and defensive coordinator and their coaching staff. Remember
we had a good quarterback.
Right.
We had a good quarterback, and they keeping the same quarterback. And now it's actually a time for us to see what Dan Quinn? Not Dan Quinn. The head coach, to see what he can actually do when he doesn't have those coordinators backing him up. So, like, Dan Campbell, my bad. Yeah. What's up?
Dan Campbell.
Where at? Oh, in Detroit.
Yeah, in Detroit.
Oh, okay.
Like, we get to actually see what he can really do without those defense and offensive coordinators.
But you think Chicago is going to have a better record than Detroit?
Yes. Hey, we laughing, bro. We laughing, but I'm telling you, there's always a
because
team.
Antoine saying it in clear, plain English, like trying to clarify if you said this.
I'm just trying to make sure.
Yeah, most definitely.
I mean, I'm not a big Jared Goff fan, but
because teams do fall off a cliff in 1 year. We've seen it. I mean, we've been one of those teams that came around from last to first. So, I mean, I don't know about Chicago doing it, but it's not impossible.
Yeah, I'm not a big Jared Goff fan, but Caleb Williams not it, bro.
Nah, I don't think so either.
I don't think he can win a big game.
But my thing is, he didn't have an offensive line, though.
Right there too.
He didn't have an offensive line. Like, they pulled the offensive lineman from the Packers. I mean, from the Chiefs. And they got a lineman from where? I think from, the Colts. Like, they pulled off some good offensive linemen to where he's not scrambling all the time. Now he can actually sit back. And I don't know. I just personally think that he's going to surprise us. I'm not going to say a Jaden Daniels type year, but I would say he's going to be right up there with Baker Mayfield. I'll put him up there.
March 20th, 2025.
See, I know this is where this is going.
I feel like that you're disrespecting Baker now.
No. I said he's gonna be right up there with Baker though. Look at the quarterbacks that are listed here. All these quarterbacks listed here. You telling me that Caleb Williams can't be like top 5?
All right. Well, since he said that, let's go through. Matthew Stafford. No, he's not better than Stafford. Jordan Love. No. Not even close. Baker Mayfield?
No.
Derek
No,
Carr,
quick no.
maybe.
Maybe.
Okay.
I'll give him that. I'll give him that one. He might be able to next year.
Okay.
Minnesota, I guess we're going JJ McCarthy,
JJ.
so we don't even
Yeah,
really
please
know
do.
yet.
Exactly. So you gotta
JJ's
Um,
the
say
unknown,
you
man.
gotta say
JJ's
he's
the
over.
unknown. They might be the ones with the
Unknown.
best.
Falcons, I guess Michael Penix, he had a good few games. So
Nah,
honestly, that's still unknown. But
Unknown.
uh,
no.
Arizona, Kyler Murray, no.
No.
Okay, Bryce Young, that's a
Bryce Young
possibility.
did almost. He was Dyson on D. He did have me
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
He
look,
did
you
have
gotta
me
you got
right in that backward crazy, bro. I'm telling you, my shot was
you gotta remember though,
I was
his
stressed
whole
that
first
game, bro.
year,
I was stressed. That game
his whole
was.
first year, he was a bum. Like he was a straight up
Yeah.
bum his whole first year. So
And let me tell you something.
it wasn't.
If Leggett catches that ball in the open field, the game
We
is
lose. We lose. But what my point was, Bryce Young didn't start to like catch eyes until the end of last year. So
good.
halfway through his second season.
I think
So
Andy
that
Dalton
one's like,
helped him with that. Yeah.
yeah, kind of a toss up
You
there.
got to keep an eye
Seattle.
on him though. He was pretty impressive.
See,
For being benched and coming back,
Who?
Bryce Young was definitely impressive.
You think
he
Caleb?
played,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
played better.
I agree.
He played better.
I agree.
Yeah.
You think
That's what
Caleb?
maybe.
Very suspicious right now though, Warren, because he was the number one pick overall, same like Bryce.
Okay.
And he looked like a deer in headlights at times, for real, for real.
Yeah. No, you were not. You ain't lying, bro. Like, do you
Bryce
think he played
did
better
too,
than Justin
but
Fields?
Caleb really looked like a deer in headlights.
Do you
I
think
don't
Who's
Caleb
the
played
number-
better than
He got
Justin
the
Fields?
mental, bro. I don't think.
Wait. No, Caleb didn't play better than Justin Fields.
No, I don't even think we could give him Justin Fields. Like, Justin Fields
Nah.
was just not good. Justin Fields just keeps getting bad luck with coaching
All right.
situations.
All right. Okay.
It's close,
liking
but I still think Justin Fields is the better quarterback
Me too.
to date.
What were we about to say, Antoine?
Did you sign the agreement that we put out that you can't talk about quarterback perspective? I sent you the
Nah,
agreement.
bro.
Did you get it?
Yo,
They're gonna
you
check
really
the
said
email. They're gonna
that.
check the email.
You really
It got
said
lost
that
in the
last
mail.
time.
It got lost in the mail.
Yo, it went from hold on, no. It went from Troy Aikman is like Jalen Hurts to Dorian Finney-Smith or whatever the
DTR.
quarterback.
Whoa. No. I said
Is
this
it-
is a good pickup. It's a good pickup.
He said no, bro. You said this. What you said, bro? You said I like Dorian Thompson-Robinson. I like him.
I like what I see. One touchdown, 10 interceptions.
And now is Caleb Williams will get to the NFC Championship before the rest of
Okay,
these teams.
hey, we laugh now.
Yo, Warren, my
I'm
man.
telling you.
Laugh now, cry later.
Nah, I ain't
Nah,
gonna
that's-
lie. He ain't my quarterback, but I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think
Nah,
he got
the Drake song.
I do
ability to do
believe
it, bro.
in the year two leap. I do believe in that, and I do believe in year two. You show me who you are, and that's everybody's on Jaden Daniels, but I really got to see it again. So,
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
nah, he's
I mean,
not
look
gonna
at
do it.
CJ Stroud,
Caleb's
bro.
gonna get his shot. Caleb's gonna get his shot, and we're gonna see what he does with a little
We'll
bit
see.
more resources around him.
Yeah. All
I
right.
think it's kind of like the CJ Stroud situation. He had a beast of a first year. His second year, it wasn't terrible, but
Wasn't
it's not what
terrible.
everybody was
Film.
expecting.
Yeah, because you're right,
Uh,
Scotty. It wasn't terrible. It just wasn't his rookie year.
I'm really looking forward to like watching these guys, like Bryce Young, Caleb Williams, CJ Stroud, like the
all
young
those
guys. I can't wait, bro, just to see how
So
those guys
is
play.
Kirk Cousins still the backup for the Falcons right now, or
Right now.
He requested a
Right now,
trade,
he's the back-
but as of
Okay.
now, he still is.
Gotcha.
Highest
Who- wait,
paid
hold up.
backup.
Who's the Seahawks quarterback right now?
Sam
We don't know
Darnold.
yet. Oh, Sam
Sam
Darnold.
Darnold.
Yeah,
They
dang,
got,
that's right.
I'm sorry,
That's right.
they picked up whatchamacallit. No, that Gino went to he went to
Gino went
went to the
to
Raiders.
Las Vegas.
the
Sam
Raiders.
Darnold. I'm sorry, Sam Darnold is the quarterback in Seattle.
yeah.
Yeah. So
And the
we'll
Giants.
definitely
That's,
see.
I mean, Giants, bro. They don't even really. I'm gonna just say Shedeur Sanders at this point.
Dang.
Got
The
to.
Giants just.
But hey,
What's the guy?
like I said, we will definitely
What's the
see.
dude like this?
Too bad
What's he-
last year. Weird
What
team.
you say? What you say?
What does he
Scott?
do? does he do?
What's the guy like this for the Giants? I don't know.
I thought, Danny DeVito or
Danny
Tommy.
DeVito, yeah.
Tommy
Tommy.
DeVito.
Tommy DeVito?
He
Yeah.
said
Danny DeVito is the actor, bro.
My bad.
We start getting to the end of this list, and it's like, damn.
Oh man.
Yeah, but yeah, just looking at this, at the end of the day, I'm happy to be an Eagles fan. I would hate to be
Facts,
a
bro.
Cowboy fan, and just look at it like this, fellas. Our quarterback won a championship. They can't nobody can say anything bad about the Eagles moving into this. Like even in the offseason, we making better moves. But yeah, just something to brighten everybody's day. Something to
Somebody in
think
the
about.
comments, I think Warren. I don't know who that is. That's
Wait, what? Oh.
Do you think Howie did right by releasing all those players? Yeah, we answered that earlier. Yeah, I think Howie did good. Howie's doing how he moves and
Yeah,
cooking up.
I just don't like the CJ one, bro.
That's the worst thing ever. Please
That's the
don't.
only
Let's
one
not
I
talk
don't
about
agree
that.
with.
I
Let's
do
not
like
talk
that
about that.
CJ is not. He didn't go out like
Never gonna get
crashing
over
out or
that.
nothing.
I feel like a Chip Kelly move. I'm sorry.
It did, bro.
Damn, that hurt, son.
Man,
I
don't
mean,
like it.
the only thing I see, like, I agree with y'all for sure, but like trying to put myself in Howie's mindset, it's more of like I think he was just trying to avoid a big payday before he was due because releasing him or trading him, it opens up like 16 million in the salary cap for next year, 2 years from now.
Yeah,
So
2 years
They
from now.
said something about how CJ was
that's really
asking
the
for
real.
more money too.
That's the real good one though. That like if there's any excuse financially, that all makes sense.
but even with that being
Could have
said,
kept
you
him this
still could
year
have let
though.
my boy play one more year,
You
bro.
could have
One
kept him
more
this
year,
year.
bro.
You
Like
could have
that
kept him.
part, especially when you traded him for an offensive
Yes.
guard who has like a 69 overall Madden rating.
Now the thing
And we
about that
unproven
guard
back
Green,
there.
I want to just talk about that for 2 seconds. The thing about Green is we could do the same thing with Becton. I mean, Green is probably
Yeah,
the worst rated guard by PFF basically in the whole NFL. Like he was one of
Man.
the worst. So the Eagles could turn him around hopefully.
is it
Well,
crazy
he
that
was
I'm
a
not
first
even
round
worried
pick
about
too.
that? Like I'm not
Yeah.
even worried about him not being good because I
Well, me
know he
neither,
will
no,
be.
because it's a project. They're gonna do a Becton on him. They're gonna do a Becton on him. They're gonna
Stoutland
put him
University, bro.
Stoutland University. They're gonna put him in the school. He's gonna get enrolled in August, and it's gonna be a good time.
And I
Yeah,
feel like a lot of these players too that they be picking up like Becton. I think these are people that Stoutland was probably looking at in the draft
most
when they
likely,
were getting
yeah.
drafted. He was looking at them and just like he missed them on the draft. So now that there's an opportunity to grab him, like I'm pretty sure he's putting his insight on there for who he wants. So I can see him trying to build him and develop him and get him out. But we'll definitely see. Next, going into this mock draft deal. Uh, we're not going to try to spend too much time on it, but I definitely want to play around with it and see kind of where we stand and how we looking going into the draft. So just bear with me 1 second, fellas, as I get us locked in. So, but going into this, what's y'all's thoughts? Do y'all think we need to make our first pickup a safety, cornerback? Where y'all looking at for that?
I'm still going safety.
Me too.
Safety? Okay.
Malachi Starks if he's available.
Facts. All right, so we're gonna do all seven rounds. Of course, we know once we get to that 6, 7, it's all about just position base. And let's just go. Abdul Carter, of course, first round.
I'm not gonna lie, bro. I don't really know much of the prospects, so yeah, you're not gonna get much from me here. But I'm gonna try my best.
No, you good. You good.
I know a decent amount of players because I play the video game.
I don't watch any. I don't really watch college football, and all I watch is combine and draft coverage.
Oh, that Nick Eamon-Warrior is good too. Hopefully he don't get taken. We could grab him. Oh,
All right. So
hey, I
it
say
says, I'm good on that.
nah, reject. That's probably what's gonna happen though. I'm not gonna lie. Howie still
Maybe.
might trade back on this pick.
Yeah.
No, you got a point. All right. So looking at this, looking at the offensive side, we'll see if we can get
I like Walter
I mean,
Nolan too.
Walter Nolan.
yeah, Walter Nolan is tough.
You got
He
Mike
D tackle.
Green.
He D tackle.
He's a DT.
Let's see.
I think I
Ooh.
had him written down here too.
Nah, I think I've heard about him too. I think he'll probably be our best pick going into. I don't see Pearson there.
Nah, I seen he went
Who did he
like
go to?
22, 23 or something.
Okay. Walter Nolan.
Tyleek Williams is good too. Boy from Ohio State. I think I had him written down in here. He's a beast against the run, that dude.
Yeah, we do need a defensive tackle. Let's see. Then we got Walter Nolan. I'm gonna go with Walter Nolan just because he did get a visit. He did go to visit the team, so I would pick
Yeah.
Walter Nolan out of that. All right. So we got that down.
First
And
pick.
really, I think Howie gonna make a blockbuster trade on trade night, on draft
You
night.
think so?
I think so, like he did with AJ Brown.
AJ.
You think
a few
Dallas
years
got
ago.
it? Oh, we just had the first one on there. My bad, fellas. But you can do something with Dallas Goddard. Dallas Goddard and maybe Bryce Huff.
Probably so.
Yeah. I did hear about a possible trade with the defensive edge for the Jaguars and trade him to Jacksonville.
Trayvon Walker.
Yeah. Now he would be our best edge if we did that.
Yeah. He's a beast too. I'm surprised nobody is asking about him.
Yeah. So I know they're talking about that, a possible trade, but we'll see. I had to do it over again. Looks like.
Oh, Nolan got snatched.
Yeah.
Damn, wait, hold up, bro. Pick 32, pick 55, 86, and a 26 second round. That's a steal, bro. I'm not gonna hold you. But we don't have I mean for game's sake, we could just reject it.
Okay. Yeah, we'll reject that too. Because right now we're just looking for pieces right now.
Right.
Yeah.
All right, so we'll go back to defense, see who we got.
B tackle.
Looks like he got taken.
He got taken this time?
Right before.
Yeah.
Both of them.
Walter Nolan. And damn. Those are the two that I would have said. I mean, that if we want to go safety, that Imawari kid is
I like
really
him
good.
from South Carolina.
Yeah.
All right.
Morrison a good one too. At corner.
Who?
Morrison, Benjamin Morrison.
Oh, the Notre Dame.
Notre Dame?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I like him.
Okay. So which one y'all want to go with?
Well,
I still think we need safety, bro.
Yeah, go with safety.
Safety?
Yeah.
All right, which one did you want?
Nick Imawari. The first one there from South Carolina.
What he said.
All right.
Tongue twister.
You know? We got it moving.
Our next pick is 64.
Now imagine waiting for this.
Yeah, in real life time.
Yeah.
A lot of drinks in between.
A lot of drinks.
Yeah, for real.
Isaiah Bond to the Bills. All right. So we can give a pick. Yeah. I'm not liking that.
No thanks.
So
Thanks for your players, though.
You know? All right. So I do think we need a defensive tackle, though. We do need to put a DT back out there.
We need it's not a popular pick, but I like guard too.
A guard?
I had guard. I had a guard
what about
with
a tackle for Lane?
they're gonna probably
Somebody to go
definitely
behind
pick up
Lane.
some type of offensive lineman across the draft. So they usually get a late round guard pick or something. Mid-round.
We drafted Lane, bro. We drafted Lane with the 4th overall pick in
Yeah.
2012.
But remember, like they players like remember Isaac Sayamalu was like a 3rd round pick. They usually get guys in there. They'll find somebody 3rd. I could see them getting a guard like 3rd round, 4th round.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna draft a tackle in the
Even remember
round.
what you call it. Remember on Vitae that big, we got him in the 6th round. Big V.
There's our boy with the tight end.
Damn, he's the best. He's the best available tight end right now.
Well, you got Gunnar Helm too.
He's tough too. Yeah.
And Terrence Ferguson from Oregon.
Yeah.
He was tough.
I was looking at tight end in the third or the fourth.
Yeah. I had a third round pick
There's no
96.
good lineman left at this point?
Defensive lineman. Let's see.
No offensive lineman.
Offensive lineman. I kind of like Oregon's lineman.
Because I don't know none of these names, so I don't know. Y'all will have to know.
I would say D tackle, bro. Who is the D tackles after you look at this?
We do need a D tackle though. That's the thing. D
So
That's what I'm saying. That's something
so
we
got
want to get
TJ
high.
TJ Sanders. You got Darius Alexander.
I know that dude from Texas is good, Alfred Collins. I don't really know a lot of these
Turner?
other people though.
I like Collins too.
Collins is a player that I
Yeah.
know just because he played at Texas. I know a few Texas players.
Collins
so you
is
could pick
good.
him just because I know like he's one of the handful of players.
Yeah.
He'll probably be there in the third.
You think so?
I
Because
think.
I think the
Collins.
5th round pick is where we got all our picks at. I think after this we done. Let me look at Turner real quick.
'Cause I think we got 3 third round picks, don't we?
But I gotta
No, we got one.
Yeah, we got
one third round. I thought.
I'm just on the charger, fellas.
Yeah, we got 1/3. We got 1/3
We got
and 3/5.
3/5. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So y'all want to go edge? Let's see what edge got
Let's see.
too.
Who do I have for edge? Jared Ivey. Jared Ivey from Ole Miss. Is he on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. That dude is a beast. He's a beast.
That's a reach,
All right,
though.
well, it's a reach.
A reach with what?
What you think? What you think, Antoine?
He said that's
85th ranked, and we at 64.
Yeah, that's true. Well, let me see who's at the top. Oh, Kyle
You got
Kenner
Josiah
is good.
Stewart. You got Josiah Stewart from Michigan too.
Yeah, he's good. I don't know those first two people.
Who they got at linebacker?
UCLA, Clemson,
Chris Paul Jr. He's good too.
and Ole Miss. Yeah.
I play with Ole Miss a lot on the game.
We got the Georgia linebacker.
I like. Go back to the top.
Mhm.
That dude is look. The thing about that linebacker, I don't know who he is, and I'm not gonna say his last name because I can't pronounce it. But he's 40. He was projected to go 47th, bro. So that would be a steal if we wanted to draft a linebacker.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You want to pull him?
Go for
Like I
it.
said, right now we just best position right now. All right. So next we got third. I'm gonna look at the tight ends though. Hopefully none of them get picked because we are gonna need a tight end, especially if we let Dallas walk.
Yeah.
Collins went to Cincinnati. Oh, Mason Taylor got drafted.
Damn.
Kyron Lacey got drafted. That boy in jail. Not to put his business out there.
All right, Atlanta.
We got sniped, bro. Look, Gunnar Ham just went at 94.
Damn. Wait, go to Harold Fannin. Go to tight ends. Oh, Terrence Ferguson is good too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, Ferguson. I would lock Ferguson in now because we saw how quick those tight ends got picked up.
Terrence Ferguson is good. Yeah,
he's all right. Then we go into the 5th round.
Damn, my boy Jared Ivey.
We don't have no 4th round picks, right?
Go to click my picks, Warren.
Yeah, who we got so far?
You see right there next to draft result.
Yeah. So safety.
Now we need an edge rusher.
Yeah.
This is where we should go and see if that one dude was still there. Oh, 134. We're up. No.
But they show us hitting us up. All right, let's see.
Edge.
All right. So we got
God Joyner
from Minnesota.
I don't know a lot of these people.
What the
I don't know a
O-line look
lot
like?
either.
Yo, Howie, you know?
All right, O-line.
Still, though, we definitely need to draft an edge. I mean,
We do. But I think we can that's trusting Clint Hurt right there. Let's see. Got the offensive tackle from let's see what guards are looking like.
I feel like guards could probably wait because they're all projected to go super late.
Yeah, this is tough. Like I said, bro, like it's gonna
Yeah,
be a
this
lot of
stuff,
people
bro.
we don't know, but it's like
Yeah.
it's just position based right now. So it's like just going based off my knowledge on just defense. I think defense needs to be a need just because like we're not putting enough younger players in there
Yeah.
to compete.
I say we go. Oh, see if Miles Frazier is available at guard. Offensive
Myles
guard.
Frazier. All right.
Yeah.
Yep.
That
LSU.
dude's a beast, bro. He's from Camden, New
Lock 'em?
Jersey. Yeah, I
You
say
lock 'em?
let's get him. Let's pick him up.
That's what they sound like in the war room.
For real. Lock him. Let's pick him up.
Let's pick him
Let's
up.
call him. Go ahead
No,
and
that
call
dude
him.
is a beast, though.
One
He
thing
can play
I
left
didn't-
guard, right guard, and right tackle.
Oh, so he's versatile. So yeah, that would be somebody styling would want.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Now, what are we at? Pick 161. I had Myles Frazier. Okay. That's who I actually had in my thing. Yeah, but that's still good to get him. I feel like, let's see.
I think we should get a linebacker, low key.
We got
I think we
linebacker.
should.
We already got one.
Let's see.
You want another one? I feel like we should get one with like the last
an
pick.
edge. My bad, an
An
edge.
edge, yeah. Go to
Yeah.
edge. Let's see.
Jay
They
Jordan.
got
Ja Joyner. I know Ja Joyner is good. But I don't know the rest of any of these people.
Got one from Texas.
Which one?
Let's go with the best pick. Best pick in the beginning.
Yeah.
Let's just go with them. Then we got next. All right.
Dang,
Who did I have?
Yeah.
What pick is this? 164.
This is
it's 165.
yeah.
I had a corner, Jabbar Muhammad. He's from DeSoto. Played at Oregon. He had more
Yeah, he
interceptions in college than touchdowns allowed. Oh, damn it.
He gone.
Yeah, I don't think he's in there. What y'all think? Another defensive tackle to put in? Like we
Or a
gonna need
corner.
some rotation.
I feel like we should, bro. How do y'all feel about drafting a corner with this pick? Just because we've seen the success in the last couple of years with drafting corners.
Is this the one that played with Coop?
Jamari Harris. I mean, Iowa, yeah, I'm sure he did.
Yeah.
Who did I have? Oh, I already told you. What else do I have on there? Do you think Howie's going to draft a receiver just for the hell of it?
Yeah.
Well, let's look at the receivers. Shit.
I had Shamir Dyke from Florida, slot receiver. Can help Smitty and AJ go wide.
Got Jimmy Horn from Colorado.
Jimmy Horn, my boy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, burner.
He's
He didn't
tough.
have a good 40 time though, bro.
Huh?
He said he had a good 40.
He didn't.
Damn.
That's why.
surprising.
I think that's why his projection fell so low, bro. Because
That's crazy.
he's not the biggest guy. Then he didn't have a good 40, so that looked bad.
Ooh, what about Brady Cook?
Brady
We can
Cook?
get rid of Brady
That
Cook.
sounds familiar. Oh, yeah, we
He
could
was-
get rid of Jalen.
Whoa, what?
Warren,
Whoa.
get off quarterbacks. It's in your contract. It's in your contract. We don't do this.
He said, Warren, get off quarterback.
Yeah. Okay. So they said the highest one right now is the linebacker from Oklahoma. So
Pick him up.
then you got the defensive tackle from Notre Dame too.
Yo, see if type in my boy's name. See if he's still available. Tyreem, Tyreem. Tyreem Powell, Rutgers. Yep. Hey, I just wanted to
That's
see.
who you want.
Rutgers.
Nah, we ain't getting him.
No. I just wanted to see if he was there. I went to high school with him.
Nice.
Oh.
That's cool because he's from South Jersey like you, Scotty.
Yeah, he's from South Jersey.
Because you know Rutgers
Weimar.
is by me. That's in North Jersey.
Yeah. You know Isaiah Pacheco went there?
Yeah, Isaiah Pacheco went there.
Yeah, he's from our area too.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's Rutgers is not too far from MetLife. It's up on this.
New Brunswick. Yeah.
Get that D tackle.
Yeah, I was about to say, let's just get the D tackle. Keep it pushing.
D-tackle.
All right.
That's all I
Who
have.
got that running back?
pretty much. Did you check wide receivers?
Yeah, I didn't see anybody that stood
Yeah,
out.
legit.
Let me see.
There's
Yeah.
something about Ole Miss, bro, that keeps.
LeJontay Wester is tough, bro. From Colorado. I don't know how he did in the combine, but I like watching him this year.
I know Armstrong made me some money on them parlays though. I know that.
Now you want him.
Will Shepard. Isn't that a quarterback?
I don't think so.
I thought that was like Ohio State's quarterbacks, man.
I forgot what his name is actually. Okay, so let's see what we got right now. So right now we got safety, linebacker, tight end, guard, edge, D tackle. We got 2 more picks. So
Get a running back.
get a running back. All right.
Kyle Monagai, he's good.
Who?
Wait, let me see some of these people. Dylan Sampson is tough, bro. I don't know how he fell this low.
I like Raheem Sanders, bro. The couple games I saw him play.
Tennessee's running back, bro. That dude is different. I'm trying to tell you
All right,
something right now.
so we had Tennessee and North Carolina. Which one y'all want?
Wait, scroll down a little bit. Let me see what the other ones are.
Jordan James.
Taj Brooks is really good too. LaQuint Allen, he's from my area too.
What about Trevor Etienne?
Trevor Etienne still available? Wow.
Yeah.
Is that Etienne's brother?
Yeah.
Yeah. Travis's brother.
Wait.
Fire.
Yo.
Donovan Edwards. Wait, hold
Yeah,
up.
that's what I was about to say. Yeah.
Bro, there's so many good running backs in this draft. This is like one of the best running back heavy draft.
Wasn't he on the cover of? Was that
Yeah.
him that was on the cover?
It was him, Travis Hunter, and
that is him. That's crazy.
yeah, he's tough. He's tough. I don't think his season panned out like everyone thought it would, though.
It didn't.
Yeah. I know he's good with Arkansas. I watched him. But yeah, what y'all boys thinking?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I say Dylan Sampson or Taj Brooks or that dude Antoine said.
Raheem Sanders.
I say go Sanders.
Y'all sleeping on Dylan, bro.
I'm searching for Sampson.
Straighten that.
Look, he's still there.
Yeah, we can still get him. Let the running backs go at it.
2 running backs. And then, bro, just draft like a punt returner in case our new boy gets injured.
Our new Sonny from
Avery Williams or whatever.
Or another D tackle.
I think another D tackle. We just picked the best option available.
Matter of fact, go get a kicker.
Yeah, yo, for real.
Go get a kicker. I'm serious. Bring in competition for Jake. If I got one part,
let Jay get one pick.
You know,
bro.
Jake Elliott said that it was Rick Lovato
Take
while he was
whoever's
off.
there, just anybody. Bring put some flame under this boy's just bring somebody.
That's funny. All right, so
Nah, I feel you though, Jay.
Now we need competition for him. It's hard to get a kick off the street.
Q Robinson from Alabama. Y'all don't think we
Play
can do something with him?
Edge?
edge rusher.
Yeah.
Damn. Alabama edge rusher at this potato? Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. All right.
If y'all know the players, there's got to be a name here that stands out to somebody. Like it's gonna
Shiloh
Oh,
Sanders.
let's do it.
shine.
Let's
Hello,
do it.
Sanders.
It's gonna be like a
Shiloh
shine.
Sanders.
Nah, I don't get it.
Let's
Talk
You make
about
that dream.
not
everybody
being
else.
able to keep up with the elite wide receivers. That boy's gonna get cooked in the
He
league.
gonna get cooked, bro.
Yo,
He
Scotty,
working
He
with a
sucked.
I like how
he working with
Scotty
a track
calls out all the
coach.
people he already knows. They go, he's like, don't even waste your time.
Bro, I tell it how it is, bro. He sucked.
He working with a track coach to try to get fast.
For real.
It's too late.
All right. All right. So let's just go for best option available. If we do all. We got linebacker.
Kyle
Bring him
McCord.
in.
Don't even look at the quarterback. Man.
Yeah.
I don't even want none of them, bro.
Bring in the linebacker.
Let's do it. All right, guys, we done.
LB. Okay. More depth.
Let's see what our draft looking like.
Are they finishing it up? Yeah, they're closing it up. The fuck?
Did they give you a grade? A plus.
It swiped me out. Damn. Yeah, it swiped me
Oh.
out.
Well, we'll just call it an A plus.
I'll give it a C plus. C plus draft.
I'll give y'all
You ain't
a
get a
plus.
quarterback?
That sound like y'all know what y'all talking about.
Nah,
If we would have got like a quarterback from like Toledo, Warren would have been like A plus.
Yeah, from Toledo, yeah, bro. Hey,
Small school guy. That's what you're looking for.
all
Right?
right.
One a story.
I'll be honest. When we first picked up Jalen Hurts, I actually liked the pick. When everybody hated it, so you can knock me for my quarterbacks, but I did like the Jalen.
I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't super happy. The reason why I kind of like that pick was because that was like the year that I watched Alabama games the most because of Devontae Smith. So I was like, oh, I remember that guy.
Wasn't
That
he?
got
you. My initial
But that's when he was with OU though, right? That's back when he got drafted with OU.
Yeah.
I think
he got drafted with OU, but I remember watching him with Alabama. I don't think I watched him play one game at Oklahoma.
I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what my first initial thought was when we drafted Jalen? Because I like Jalen. I like the film. I watched him a little bit. It was just the thought of we just got over a quarterback controversy. I was like, we about to start another one. That's the first thing I thought about.
Me too.
That's a good point.
Saga, and then the second thing I thought about. There's no way you pay somebody and you draft a guy this high if there's not some. That was the writing on the wall. And when I was young, I would just look at it like I was looking past the deal. Like, why did he bring Jalen in the building? Why? I kept telling myself, why did he bring Jalen in the building? And it was because he already saw Carson was not ready and he wasn't going to be the long-term answer. He knew he made a mistake by paying him. So he
what
brought
was
a
the
guy
issue with
in.
Carson? Was it
If
locker
you
room
watch
thing or
Jalen's
what?
pre-draft interview, bro, he aced that interview with the Eagles, bro. He aced it. Aced it, bro. Aced it. And remember,
it's crazy how the Eagles.
He told Darius Slay he was better than Carson in practice. He's like, I'm better than him.
I kind of remember that actually.
Yeah, he said that. There's a Slay interview where Slay talks about when Jalen used to tell him in practice, I'm better than Carson. I'm gonna take his spot one day.
I think what's his name said the same thing. Not Nelson Aguilar. Alshon Jeffrey. Yeah. Alshon Jeffrey was like, bro, when we were watching him his first year, like we just knew that he was better than anybody in that quarterback room.
He said it. Jalen was like, they was on a practice squad and I was tearing their asses up. He's like, yeah, I remember them. He was like, yo, I was tearing all of them up. I was on a practice squad killing them.
So is safety kind of where y'all at right now as a need that y'all would like to see in free agency?
Yeah.
Simmons possibly.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think we're gonna get Justin Simmons at this point, but that would be tough.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's doable. He just gotta be okay with the price. But yeah, so looking at free agency, no holes right now. Y'all think we good? Just let them all compete and fight for it.
Yeah, I'm happy with our coaches. I think our coaching staff, whatever player we get, we're gonna elevate them. That's how I'm looking at it. I'm looking at it as
exactly what I think.
Oil machine, and like Scotty brought up, I think 2 shows ago about the Patriots. They doing it the Patriot way. You're gonna sign your key players, keep hitting on the draft, keep bringing in fresh, cheaper talent, and you got to keep the cycle going. You're gonna lose players every year. You're gonna gain good rookies. I mean, we're not gonna hit like we hit on every draft like last season. What we did last season is not gonna happen year in and year. I just don't.
The past 2 years, bro. Like, there's no way
The
we're
past
gonna
2
hit like
years,
that
you're right.
again.
The
But
past two, but last year, if you look at every pick, almost every single pick was significant. Like, every single body put in work, and it's just like, it don't get, that's a testament to the scouting department and Howie, but that's what they got to keep doing, just drafting good young players.
Yeah.
Yep.
I think my trust is with the coaches right now. The coaching staff that we got is up there, and I'm glad we didn't lose anybody on the defense side. So
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I just don't want to overdo it with the coaching staff. Like, we still need the talent in the building.
Yeah.
So that's why
100%.
I think like during the draft I think how we gonna do something in the draft.
That's what I'm saying. The draft is the best part to get because that's where you get the young minds. You don't get.
I'm not even saying the draft. I'm saying like
He means trade.
A blockbuster trade, and it's gonna bring in a hell of a piece that we didn't see.
I hear you say that about AJ, like that AJ trade. That was a blockbuster.
Like
that's one of the biggest Eagles surprises.
Oh, you saying we're gonna do something like that on the defensive side?
Like that was the craziest draft day trade in Eagles history.
I never got a surprise like that ever. To get AJ Brown, bro, AJ Brown, like nah, AJ.
Man. And we got the picks. We got the picks as leverage too. So
we
got the picks.
And you know how we like that, so he gonna use them.
Eagles won a Super Bowl for 2 reasons, essentially. AJ took the offense to one level, and then Saquon took it to the next, and then the defense was in the back end. But those 2 players, AJ and Saquon, no Super Bowl without them.
They elevated them.
That was a draft day trade. I always forget that you guys brought that up. That was a draft day trade. That wasn't a free agent signing. That wasn't that was a draft day shocker.
And we paid them right off the bat.
Is that Titans GM still there?
Now y'all got me excited. I hope we trade. I hope we get something, man.
How we gonna do it?
We got to find a GM that's willing to just.
It's sad because Goddard might go. Goddard might be the part of that at some point because I feel like he's our best available trade bait right now.
Yeah,
sad to say.
Yeah, because I think if those top tight ends, people gonna be looking for a tight end and they'll call.
Yeah.
Even though I want to keep Goddard, I do want to keep Goddard.
Me too. I want to keep Goddard. I don't want to get rid of him.
At least let him play his contract out.
Yeah. There's no reason to really get rid of him because, I mean, you got good players behind him, but Goddard, bro, he changed games.
Top 3.
He changed games.
Yeah. He makes it a threat. He makes him a threat. So
I feel like him fully healthy, he's definitely a change on offense for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
And I think it just takes Jalen a while to get him used to throwing the ball to these new receivers and new tight ends. Like, he has to get comfortable with them before he does anything.
Goddard is another one who plays in the offense behind 2 elite receivers, behind Saquon, he's the 5th option when you really think about. He's the 5th person you think about when you think about the Eagles offense. The 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's top 3.
And he's top 3. Sick.
That's crazy, bro. That's just wild.
And we letting him go. Well, fellas, y'all got anything before we get up out of here?
I don't think so. Go Birds. Still happy. Still blessed to be an Eagles fan. That's all I got.
Yeah, bro.
Bless.
Yeah, I'm ready for this draft.
That's a fact.
Facts.
I still feel like a Super Bowl champ, too.
Always, bro.
Yo, go.
All you do is look at that. Just look at that. And if you don't want to look at that, I got this for you, too. So.
Yeah, I saw that one yesterday.
Yeah, so.
That is a beauty. The good thing about it is we got 20 wins and 2 rings. It sounds better than 20 wins and 1 ring. So it could have been 3, but I'm happy with 20 playoff wins and 2 rings. It's okay. I'll take that.
Yep.
Facts. All right, fellas, let's go and get up out of here.
Yes, sir.